Should Hillary be indicted? I believe so, and we just wanted to say that. Thanks. For letting us say that. Just say, hey, do you think Hillary should be indicted? I think she should be indicted, especially for the rest of the questions that go along with this title. Um, so she get all Democrat support? I believe so, because I believe that they are a big bunch group of idiot imbeciles that are really, really techie and not very intelligent at all. And they almost remind me of somewhat minute independents that are or isms like fascism, womenism, feminism, shittinism, dickinism, nisminism. I'm not for the nisms. I'm not for the nism. So Hillary should get all Democrat support now into infinity, even though you have the person that the people that came out that killed Stevens, even if the whole story came out and we found out why he was killed and why they murdered him, and it was bad and it was just the most horrible, grotesque looking thing. They should support her because they're selfish people and they don't like to admit when they're wrong, admit any fault. So you can't really move forward from this Benghazi thing until until the right fault is laid to rest and the blame is put in the right direction and the story comes out complete. So, in my opinion, I think that all Democrats registered to vote, if they just vote or not, they're gullible, in my opinion, very gullible and can be considered somewhat imbecilic. A lot of them protesting like the Black Lives Matter thing or whatever movement. People who protest in a very negative way have very bad demeanors. Don't mean anything positive to come out of the circumstances, so they usually fall Democrat, and that's why they prayed the Democrat, and they even admitted that. That's why we went to the Democrat campaign because they catered to us, to our evil, even though we don't make any sense and we don't have any resolve in sight for anybody or working with anybody or any negotiations or trying to be, you know, decent human beings. We want to be just a bunch of gutter punks. So America call people rappers thugs all they want, but I'm gonna call these people who protest for nothing gutter punks. A bunch of gutter punks. I wish there was a perfect community for all y'all to go to, and you could just live on your fucking pirate island, pirate ship, or whatever the fuck you wanna trash and tear that shit up. Go for it. Take it. Have it. I wish there was a place for you with all of that negativity. But in my opinion, I think that if you were running the show, just like Obama and just like Hillary Clinton were, you would definitely make a disaster of the thing. I don't know if you could fuck it up, fuck the game up any worse than Obama or Hillary had, or John Kerry or any of those guys can for America. But I can tell you that it looks like you'd be right on track to fucking America up some way or another, just as bad as Hillary from your ignorance. So that's why I think you should support, in my opinion, you should support Hillary through this Benghazi thing to no end. Like let's just get over it. We don't need to know why these guys were killed over there. They weren't really murdered. It was just an accident. You know? What do you need to know? What do you need to know about it? So I just think you guys would buffle the ball like, oh, I lost the ball. Jump in. Like to the caliber where your whole fucking 53-man football team gets fucking murdered. Croaked because you fucking had to get these different people in the fucking White House that should never have top secret clearance to see top secret American stuff that only a true American that cares about America should even ever see or look at or ever want to delve into. If I was the president, I would look at Kennedy stuff, I'd look at Nixon's presidency, and then I would look at Reagan and Bush, the second Bush's presidency, kind of continuing the Reagan legacy, sort of, but like surely on a uh, Kennedy and Nixon note for sure. Would have to pay attention to that. You know, there's a lot of time where people are not the president, where they can have a lot of free time to go and study on their own, figure out what exactly those people did in particular, for the government, and why people like Hillary Clinton hates America and had to get Nixon impeached. She was on the committee, and then listen to what the Democrat chairperson of the Democrat Party back then in the 70s, whenever they had the Nixon impeachment. But listen to what they said about Hillary, and this lady's running for president. They let her run for president because she has the money and I guess the people out here to have a campaign momentum and stuff like that. So no Democrat, in my opinion, is any different than Hillary Clinton, and you would surely buffle the ball. And I have the right to my own opinion, and I don't really care about being scorched. You can try and scorch me all you want. You know, I've been scorched before for my honest opinion and assessment of the situation. But whatever, you know, through and through, thoroughly, all in all, to the end, things will find its way, and liars will be known. The truth will be told, will come out. So they don't have any excuse, and I think that they would buffle the game as bad as Hillary and Obama did. So Democrats, also because they don't like to admit when they screw things up or that they're ignorant, should surely, for those reasons, should support Hillary to the end until Hillary goes and does life and dies in prison and still say she was unjustly, unjustifiable, justifiable. How do you say? If Hillary goes to prison and does life and spends the rest of her life in there and dies in prison, what do you call that? She was, what do the Democrats call it? What do they say? Even though she was found guilty, and we know she buffled the ball that bad, but these people want to support her because they are that ignorant and would buffle the ball themselves. So they're like, oh, they was innocently. Anyways, whom killed Christopher Stevens? So you have Obama and Hillary Clinton up there have the authority and power over any terrorist or any person in the world to be able to protect and stop an ambassador, for crying out loud sakes, to be murdered and executed. So who really executed him? Where were the Marines that were supposed to be there on guard? And why was he killed? How come Christopher Stevens was killed? So we have, this is a bump in the road to Obama, and Hillary says like what does it matter anymore anyways? So we're gonna just skip all these details and never, never satisfy our true intellect, our God-given intellect, to want to dive into that and really understand the whole entire thing. So they're going to treat Christopher Stevens and these other three Americans that were killed there like it was the JFK assassination. It was a Democrat Party um, agenda, assassination type of hit thing or something. You tell me why. You tell me why they left them over there to die when they have full power and authority over any terrorist in the world. How did this guy die? Who killed him? What did he die for? So, no. I think all them guys, all them people are a bunch of bums. And I spell Hillary and Obama and all their names with the undercase name uh, letter at the beginning of their name, because if anybody who comes from a position where they speak out of their mouth and say America, they mean an undercase America, then I think you are petty, and I think you're a peasant, and really, really so low in trash, such a trashy person, that I think your name deserves a lowercase at the beginning of it. Like how you want to trash America and spell America. So that's the reason for that right there. But it's completely disappointing to me to see that up to this point, and to see my country allow, for whatever reason, money or whatever the hell it is, let a murderer run for president and remain president. We don't have Obama's hands tied completely to where he can't do anything. Should be in jail. They should all be in prison. And a lot of people here in America that are Democrat, I don't even know what to do with them except take them off their high horses and just fire them. If they wanna be like that, fire them from their jobs and don't let them be in charge of anything. They're gonna screw everything up like Benghazi in America. And they don't even know the reason why. Can't even explain why. But it's time to fire. Time to fire all them. You fired. Time to fire you.